What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Red, as y'all know, host of the RH3 Show. Yes, the RH3 Show. As you know, as you hear me, whenever you hear me, you can listen to me every Monday through Friday. From 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by going to my flagship station. Well, not really the flagship station. Going to my website at www.therh3show.com and click on Listen Live. Y'all, today we got a great show. Today is another Encore Presentation Week, Encore Presentation Day. And so I'm on here live on today right now to give y'all that introduction. But we got a people poll question for today. And so today's people poll question is, who was your favorite character on Martin? Who is your favorite character on Martin? I'm going to give you some selections or choices or what have you. Is it Martin Payne, Gina Waters Payne, Cole Brown, Tommy Strawn, Pamela James, Martin Neighbor, Shanae? Do you like her? All right. Mama Payne, Hustle Man, Lil Roscoe, Jerome, Dragonfly Jones, the Karate Man, Otis, Kilolo, or is it Bob from marketing? You let me know, and I'll let you know what the results are throughout the week. And then on Friday, I will give you all the results of the entire week. All right. And so that's your people poll question for the week. Who is your favorite character or person on Martin? All right, we're gonna get this show rocked out on today. It's another great day, another great hour here on the RH3 Show. And y'all know how we do. As I say, know that I love you for real. Let's do this. Let's get today's show started. Wait. By the way, I forgot to give y'all a little inside scoop of the Red before we continue on with today's broadcast. Y'all hear another segment, but that is old. That will be from a little bit from last year, give or take around September, what have you. But over the weekend, y'all, well, matter of fact, yesterday, that IG battle with John P. Key, Pastor John P. Key and Bishop Hezekiah Walker, come on, that was hot. But to God be the glory in him crucified. That audio for that IG battle was horrendous, y'all. It was horrendous. They could have done better than that. They could have sent somebody from their churches or whoever to set the audio system up, to set something up for them. I don't know they didn't learn nothing from Teddy Riley and Babyface. Y'all, anyway, let's move on. Y'all, this weekend for myself personally, it's been good. Last week, throughout the week, it's been up and down. My heart was pierced a little bit. It wasn't bad, but I was kind of worried for, two specials. I'll just say that. Two specials, and I'm glad that everything is copacetic. But, y'all, those two are just very dear to me, and I can't wait. God is doing some great things. I tell you that. God is doing some great things, and it's just me here talking to you all. And so I don't know who's listening. So I don't want to open up my mouth and speak on things that I'm jumping ahead of the gun. But I'm just good. Oh, by the way, if he's listening, shout out to my man Tim, who saw me the other day in the Verizon wireless store, who saw my shirt and decided to check out my broadcast. And so, Tim, shout out to you, partner. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being curious about my shirt and checking out my website and also checking out the broadcast. Continue on to listen and let people know that I come on that was my old time, Tuesday and Thursday. But I come on Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can visit my website and also, I come on different other platforms, but you can listen to me live globally, wherever time zone you're at. Well, not really whatever time zone you're at, but on my flagship station and live on my website is always Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. So yeah, today is an encore presentation. And so, we're going to continue on. And so again, back to my weekend. And so, I'll say this, I'm falling. I'm a sucker, but I'm falling. I love how things is blossoming, and I don't like to put stuff out because people, pray against that, but I'll say private until it's permanent or public. And y'all, today is the 200th episode of the RH3 Show podcast. I want to say podcast. Let me quit. But, yes, it is the 200th episode. Let me make sure, because I believe, the reason why I say let me make sure, because, it's the 200th episode of the podcast, RH3 Show, because we started the podcast in season 2 of the radio. So yes, it's the 200th episode of the podcast. So happy anniversary, podcast platform listeners. We've been on radio for 4.5, it'll be 5 years in July. So we're going to rock it out. And I want to do something extravagant in July. So get me to thinking, y'all. And I want to also do meet and greets at my affiliate stations or what have you. So once this whole pandemic, stay at home order, this quarantine, this what they call it, COVID-19 thing or whatever gets done, we're gonna rock it out. We're gonna have a good time. All right. So if you will, please nominate me or include me in the nomination process with the Spin Awards. So I'm going to put an image on my Instagram and also Facebook, and I want you to nominate me or help me get nominated for a Spin Awards. All right. I want to push this thing and rock this thing out, y'all, because this is my season to be blessed. And so this is my season for my family to be blessed. This is my season. This is the season for my special friend to be blessed. This is the season for us all. And I want those who have been rocking with me to shine. All right. I want them to shine because God is good. God is good, and he's doing a new thing. And I praise God for it, and I praise God for you all. I love you all. Here is the rest of the broadcast. Let me pray us on out. Not pray us out, but pray us in and get it going. All right. I'll talk to y'all on tomorrow. Encore presentation of the RH3 Show starts right now. Father, in the precious name of Jesus, Lord, I thank you, Father, for today's broadcast. Lord, I thank you, Father, for each and every one that is listening to me under the sound of my voice. Father, bless today's broadcast, Father, that it'll reach to the ears of those who want to seek to know more about the RH3 Show, want to make the RH3 Show grow, and want to know and have ideas to extend and to expand the RH3 Show. Lord, we give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praises. It is in Jesus' name that I pray. Amen.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody gonna love it, break the switch my old status that's from sin to the saint. As winners we can't live by the picture they paint, because they know their own inner is taint. So we must live out our lives with a sense of restraint, which means do I live and we ain't. But you're controlled by the flesh with the thing that is quaint. And pray without a foolish complaint, and being able to turn down your dinner at 8.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Red, and I am the host of the RTWR Show. Welcome to another great broadcast. You all, I have a splitting headache. Sorry about Tuesday's broadcast, and probably today. I don't even know how it's doing now, but the system has been acting a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puff since last week, and I still go on live and record as I'm going. But if you should miss it, we always here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the podcast platform. So if you will, by all means, search the RH3 Show on any major podcast platforms. Y'all, we got a great show, jam-packed show on today. If I could do the whole broadcast, which I am probably about 90% sure that I'm not. But if not, probably about 75% of it is going to be best of. Y'all, my head is just about to bust. I'm sorry. And I'm got my eyes closed now, looking at this screen. So please forgive me. But coming up next, you guys, I ain't nothing been going on. There's no need for no chit chat. But excuse me. I'm going to really get into that Kevin Hart conversation next with the Inside Scoop with Red. Then Nina gonna come. And then I'm going to speak on Fantasia and Kendall. And they were talking about, being submissive, in their relationship. And then I kind of agree with them, and I do agree with them, but I want to add some more to it because we all missing the point here. And so, some of us missing the point. Not most of us, not all of us, but some of us is missing the point. And so I just want to discuss more on that. And so that's it. And then I'll read a couple Ask Red letters, and I'm getting up out of here. And then if we have a lot of time left, then majority of Tuesday's broadcast will air at the ending of today's. All right? Be back with more of the RH3 Show. All right? Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Red, and I'm the host of the RH3 Show, and I'm back with another Be Positive moment of the Be Positive series. I'm going to pull this out of me, so hey, it is what it is. Let's continue to love, y'all. Love it covers a multitude of sins, y'all. Love shows, you can express love in any kind of way, by gifting, by words, by emotion, by physical touch or whatever. It's a lot of ways to show each other love. So how do I show love to somebody and they're not receiving it, or when I show them or give them a gift, they don't want it? We all have our own different type of love language, so try to cater to somebody's specific love language. Get to know them, get to know them and know what they like and what they don't like, and then that's how you can hone in and try to focus on what they love. General people, love them with agape love. That's the God kind of love. And it's one more love. I don't want to say it off gate, but because I don't know the exact which one I'm thinking of. But just study your love languages. Show people love, and I bet you'll feel good about it. All right? For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at therh3show.com.
Yo, yeah.
If you're not tuning into the RH3 Show weekly, here's what you've missed. But what I'm saying is, if you should seek a mate, if you should get married without seeking God, y'all both have to be on the same page to get things right with God. And then ask God to, this is my thing. If I should do that, I'll go to my pastor and say, Pastor, I want you to guide us. I know I went out of order. I'm asking God to forgive me. I'm asking you as my spiritual leader to forgive me. I want, to seek counseling. I want to set up counseling sessions, 12 weeks or whatever, however you see fit. And then at the end of that, I want you to bless this marriage and pray for us. As the leader of my house, I'm willing to set things straight and to move forward. Come on, you all, join me live every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or you can join me on the podcast anytime. For more about me, the broadcast, or the podcast platform, you can visit my website at therh3show.com.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Want the latest news regarding the TV, movies, sports, politics, and music industry? It is time for the Inside Scoop with Red, right here on the RH3 Show. It is the Inside Scoop with Red segment, and this is where I give you my honest, my unscripted opinion on world and entertainment news. I'm going to say this, and I don't really like doing this because it makes it seem like I'm all up in her tail, which I'm not. But earlier this week, I think it was Monday, Wendy was on, was it Monday? It was either Monday or one day last week, one. Wendy, it had to be one day this week because Wendy came on. She premiered this week. And so, I think it was Monday. It was either Monday or was it Tuesday? It was Monday. I think it was Monday. She was talking about, Christy Brinkley and her on Dancing with the Stars, and she broke a shoulder and she sprained her wrist, and then she got up and whatever, she bowed out, and now her daughter's taking her place. And so Wendy said that she felt that it was a stunt or whatever, and she was faking it. And then another host on another show got on and was saying that Wendy was dark and mean and evil and this, that, and the third and whatever. But I kind of agree with Wendy. Why? Is because there are talk shows out here, reality shows, competition shows that would do anything for ratings. And so, hey, Christy probably been the guinea pig for the rating boost. Christy probably been the guinea pig for those who, okay, we're going to spice this up. Do this, that, and the third. So maybe she probably did fake it. And there's nothing mean or dark about that conversation of what, that statement of what Wendy said. Then Wendy got back on air, believe it was Tuesday, and apologized and said, hey, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry, but my opinion still stands. And that's how it is. If I feel that I'm, my opinion, if I feel that I believe whatever, on whatever, then if I known that I hurt your feelings, I'm going to apologize. But if I didn't, I'm going to keep on until you say, hey, whatever, till you give a response. Then I'm going to go back and say, it was not my intentions to hurt your feelings, so I apologize. So that's what we got to do, y'all. When it comes to, hurting folks' feelings if we do not know we hurt folks' feelings until it's spoke up, until it's said, until something is said about it. All right? That's that, y'all. That is that. All right? That is that. But anyway, this Kevin Hart story, I'm almost done with it. But as y'all know, that he was in a car accident, and I spoke on it a little bit last week. He was in a car accident, and allegedly he was drinking, and allegedly he was driving, and allegedly, he only went home because to sober up, and a lot of things had come around with him moving from place to place, him dealing with a major back issue, this, that, and the third. And so I'm gonna play the 911 tapes, and I believe that for one, Kevin did his friends dirty for leaving them, and two, his wife is about sick of him. I don't know his state, his condition is as of now. I don't know, whatever, but I felt that Kevin, it was all wrong. But anyway, here is the 911 calls for from that whole ordeal or whatever, and I'll be back with more. All right.
Is everybody in the vehicle awake?
Yeah, they're both awake. Sounds like the passenger's stuck in the car. The driver is out of the car, but he looks a little hurt. I think the top of the car is crushed.
Okay, and how many vehicles involved total? Two?
No, it's just one car that went off. I'm here with another car that stopped to pull over. Pulled over to help.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. So there's only one car that went off.
Okay. And everybody is conscious and breathing. She's just the only one that's actually stuck inside the vehicle?
Yeah.
Is the vehicle overturned at all?
No, it's not. It's just it's off. It's just on the angle on the hill.
Okay.
I need to test jaw. It's out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to do that.
Yeah, there's
okay.
Two people in the car.
Yeah. There's two more in there?
There's the driver and the passenger. I think the other person that's here was helping.
But how many are still stuck in the car?
Two are stuck in the car, so there was three, I guess.
Two, okay. All right. Are both of them conscious?
Yeah, they're all conscious.
Okay.
Help's coming, guys. Don't worry. The ambulance is on the way. You guys okay in there? Stay calm. Help's coming.
LA County Fire, number 6.
Hi, I was in an accident. I just need to know I need someone to come get him. This?
Thank you. And he's at a house, apartment, or business right now?
Yes, he's in a house.
In a house, okay. In the hood. And you wait?
Yes.
Okay, and so he was in a car accident earlier tonight, or what happened?
Yes, earlier tonight. I don't know what happened.
Okay, but
he's not coherent at all.
Okay, so is he breathing?
Yes, he's breathing.
Okay, so he was injured in a car accident. Did he get treatment originally from when he was injured? Did he go to the hospital, or?
No treatment at all. We're just here, and he can't move.
Okay, how long ago did the accident happen, though? How long? I mean, a couple of hours ago, or when?
Like 20 minutes ago.
Okay, and so did it happen in front of your house?
No, not in front of our house, outside of our gated community.
Okay, but now he's inside the house with you, correct? Correct?
Yes.
Okay, the fire department's on the way. We want to keep him in a very stable position and not move him. How's his breathing doing right now?
He's okay. He's breathing.
Okay.
He's breathing.
Okay. Is there any obvious broken bones that you can tell? You see anything broken?
Just something on his back is pulling out on his spine, and I'm not sure.
Okay, but there's no blood or bone or anything sticking out through there. Okay.
No.
Is he throwing up? Any vomiting?
No vomiting.
Okay.
No,
does he look pale, cold, or sweaty to you?
No.
No? Okay. Just keep him as comfortable as you can, not a lot of movement, okay? We'll be right there.
By the way, shout out to Chronicle Speaks from YouTube for those 911 calls. But that was it, y'all. I feel like Kevin's wife is about tired of his foolishness, and his friends is too. But I kind of believe everybody's alleged alleged theory that happened. I felt that Kevin, was in the car, was driving, wasn't supposed to be driving, was driving drunk, and whatever. He towed his car up. And, this blase, this, that, and the third, and that was that. And so, yeah. But that's that. I think that's all I have for the Inside Scoop of Thread segment, my portion. But here's Nina Taylor with This Week in Gospel News. And I'll be back with more of the RH3 show. All right? Be back in a minute.
Hi, I'm Nina Taylor, and here is your gospel news. Gospel singer and composer Judith Christie McAllister. Her love for music was inspired by her mother, the pianist at their church. Soon McAllister began studying piano herself, a skill that clearly transferred over to her work as an adult, as leader and later musical director at the West Angeles Church of God in Christ. After she founded her own label, Judah Music, McAllister released her debut album, Send Judah First, in 2001, which followed 2 years later in 2003, Raise the Praise. Then in 2006, McAllister issued In His Presence. The 8th of 10 siblings in the Winans family, C.C. Winans, born Priscilla Winans, became a prominent contemporary gospel artist through performances and recordings with her brother BB. As a duo, BB and C.C. proved to be commercially successful. Their first album, Lord Lift Us Up, was released on PTL in 1984. During their membership in the PTL Singers, the siblings moved to Sparrow label and released 5 albums through the mid-90s, a period in which their success increased as they added more contemporary forms of production. Their biggest album, Different Lifestyles, in 1991, topped Billboard's gospel and R&B hip-hop charts, went platinum, and won a Grammy. Two of its singles, Addictive Love and the Staples Singers cover, I'll Take You There, featuring Mavis Staples, also topped multiple Billboard genre charts. Shortly after, CeCe began her solo career. Alone in His Presence in 1995 found her working her way back to traditional gospel, singing standards like Greatest Thy Faithfulness, Blessed Assurance, and I Surrender All. Everlasting Love in 1998, His Gift also in 1998, and Alabaster Box in 1999 cemented the singer's status as a top-tier gospel artist. By the end of the 90s, she had a handful of RIAA Gold and Platinum certifications, as well as 8 Dove Awards to go with her Grammy. CeCe entered the following decade with a self-titled album, 2001, that concentrated on the adult contemporary and R&B markets. The set also featured a duet with her brother Marvin on the stirring single Bring Back the Days of Yea and Nye, beginning with Throne Room in 2003, Purified in 2005. Likewise benefited from the arrangement, after which CeCe moved to EMI Gospel for Thy Kingdom Come in 2008 and Songs of Emotional Healing in 2010. Between the latter two, BB and CeCe regrouped on the Malaco label for the album Still, another Grammy winner. Several years had passed and CeCe released another album, a period which included a stint as a judge on BET's singing competition Sunday Best. She returned with Let Them Fall in Love in 2017, on which she was joined by the Clark sisters and Hezekiah Walker. We continue to celebrate Black Women's History Month with Sarah Boone. Born in 1832 as a slave in Craven County, North Carolina, Sarah Boone made her name by inventing the ironing board. Boone was a rarity during her time, a female African-American inventor. In her patent application, she wrote that the purpose of her invention was to produce a cheap, simple, convenient, and highly effective device adapted to be used for ironing sleeves and the bodies of ladies' garments. Prior to that time, most people ironed using a board of wood rested across a pair of chairs or tables. She was living in New Haven, Connecticut when her patent was granted in 1892. She died in 1904. Here's your top 10 gospel quartet albums in the U.S. Number 10, the legendary Ingramettes with Take a Look in the Book. Number 9, Tim Woodson and the Heirs of Harmony with The Truth. I Got Victory from New Walk coming in at number 8. Number 7, Lord Say You Will from the Alabama Spirituals. Number 6, The Gospel Hurricanes with On This Christian Journey. Number 5, Deontay and New Direction with Sing Praises. Back to the Roots from the True Believers coming in at number 4. The Process from Eternal Lighthouse Singers at number 3. Number 2 from Keith Wonderboy Johnson and Josh Miles, Inspirational Project. And our new number 1, Legendary Lighthouse Gospel Singers with Time is Closer Than You Think. I'm Nina Taylor reminding you to connect with me on all social media outlets and write me at thegospelnewswithnina@gmail.com. Now, let's get back to more great gospel music on this great station.
The days that I'm on air, or each time you listen to me on your favorite podcast platform, please know that I love doing it just as much as you love listening. July 2019, the broadcast turned 4, and in January 2020, the brand will be 10. I never would have thought that I'd be here doing what I love to do for the people I love, you, my co-host, my Day One family. I just give God all the glory and the honor for you all and for the RH3 Show.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p to 7 p Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit the rh3show.com.
Does your ministry, business, or organization need a new brand? Or maybe you're looking for a graphic artist to give your letterheads, publications, or your upcoming event flyer a little more pop and eye appeal? Then Integrity Media and Design is your one-stop shop. They offer many services that will suit your needs. Services such as media production and editing, graphic design, business identity, and much more. That's Integrity Media and Design. More information is available at integritymedia.weebly.com or on Facebook, Integrity Media and Design, or you can also find them on Twitter at officialimd7. Integrity Media and Design. Media and design with integrity in mind.
What I just told you, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said. You don't like it, you don't like it.
It's the Real Talk with Red segment right here on the RH3 Show. All right, you guys, it is a Real Talk with Red discussion. And as you know, this is where I give you all my honest, my unscripted opinion on real life topics. We also have grown folks discussion. And I want you all to listen to this clip. And it is of Fantasia and her husband, Kendall, talking about being submissive and, you know, being a wife being submissive and, you know, the whole relationship aspect or whatever. And I'll be back with more of my commentary. All right. This was, you know, blown up over the weekend, not the weekend, but over the week. And, you know, hey, some people don't like it. Some people do. And it's okay because that's your opinion. But I'll let y'all know as I stand. But here is Fantasia and Kendall Taylor. Be back in a moment.
Okay. So, we talk a lot. I just got home. He just got home. We were in New York for Fashion Week, and then he had to fly out to go speak at the prisons, and I had to continue to keep working. So, I went up to the Breakfast Club, and I enjoyed it, and
proud of you too.
Thanks, babe. We were just wrapping it up and talking, and I was speaking. Yeah. So when I got back home, he had kind of said something that piggybacked off what I was saying, and I thought it was so dope coming from the male perspective that I felt like the male and the female should hear. So
here's the issue. Submission is supposed to be a beautiful song and dance between two lovers. What's happened is men have abused that power. Forgive me, they've abused that gift. And we have been misled to think that it's something where it's a dominant spirit and we own every decision, we dictate everything, we rule with an iron fist. First of all, that's not love. What happens is, in my marriage, let me not speak for everybody, my marriage, I submit daily to the Most High. I stay in my scriptures. I continue to feed myself with things that help me build my character, to reshape my perspective that was messed up in the streets and dealing with different propaganda and programming and things like that, so that I can come to my wife from a pure position. So when I do that and she sees me and she witnesses over time that it's an authentic demonstration, her heart is moved and softened and compelled to submit to me. Yeah. What does that look like? That doesn't mean that I dictate every decision. I don't walk around the house saying what we're going to spend, how we're going to do it. We talk and we build. And I consider everything that's on her heart, her perspective, her position, her philosophy. I'll carefully weave that into my philosophy to figure out what's the best move for this family, keeping all of that in mind. Now, the moment I start to step outside of righteousness and I start to move from a place of emotion instead of analytics, she has every right to snatch that back, because submission is a gift. When she sees me laying at the foot of the Father, she has no reason to withhold that from me. The problem is this: men are not found in positions of leadership handling it with integrity. How you gonna lead your wife if you can't balance a checkbook? If you don't know what's going on in the stock market, you don't have a sound understanding of the finances, you can't create a budget, you don't understand what's going on in the educational system in your community that's impacting your kids. In order to lead, you got to be so far ahead of your family that by the time they come to you with a situation or a problem, you've already dived into it, done your due diligence so that you can give leadership. You don't lead from your genitals. You lead from a gentle place of understanding. And the more she trusts, the more she can let go of things that she don't have to deal with and focus on the things that edify her. It ain't about money. We both hustlers. It's not about a dollar for dollar thing, because we're one unit. Yeah. If I fall, she falls. If she falls, I fall. Submission is solely about trust.
I think when women hear the word submission, we're like, what? Submitting. With my husband, like he said, to piggyback off what he just said, it was what he demonstrated. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't come in and say, all right, like he said, the budget is this for that, this is and the third. I watched how he did things. I watched how he budgeted. I watched him, and then I slowly became him, and I submitted in that. Yeah, now I think I'm more frugal than him, and that's not even being like gotta be frugal because we don't have it. It's just being smart. And the word, if you dig deep in the word with your partner, you'll start to see a lot of things that we're talking about. But yeah, I like that he broke that down, because I'm a very strong woman. I like what I like. I'm very strong. But when it comes to allowing him to cover and lead this home, I sit back and allow him to do that, and it makes me better. Wow, that like.
Lead by example. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you want your wife to be humble, walk in humility. If you want your wife to forgive, you be quick to forgive. If you want your wife to consider, following you down a specific path, prove to her that you got the blueprint and that she's not following you to some unknown destination. My wife don't have to follow anything that she don't see me demonstrating. Yeah. So master the thing before you go out and try to teach it. It's like sometimes you see cats, as soon as they get a book and they read something, they start running trying to teach people on it, but you haven't applied it and gone through the proving grounds of being able to master that information yourself. So leadership is a forward-thinking thing. And when you do that, women's natural instinct is going to be to trust, to be able to submit their hearts. But again, this ain't a dominant thing. Nah. And I want my wife cold as me, because if something ever happens to me, she don't like having that conversation. Say that. If something ever happens to me, she need to know how to get that bag. She need to understand where the money's at. She need to know how to ask the right questions. I ain't telling you to ask nobody nothing. You tell them what belongs to you. She can't do that if I'm controlling everything. So my wife needs to be a direct female reflection of the man that I am. Facts.
Come on now.
You come on.
I always said the wise woman once told me, the older woman used to tell me, stop, boy.
What up?
The woman is the neck and the man is the head. And without the neck, the head can't move.
Two heads is just a head, but see how that works.
So yeah. And I'm going to end it with this. We ain't perfect, and we ain't trying to be perfect. We still growing. And we just want to share that with all those out there that's still growing and want.
And get clarity. Don't be trying to twist my wife's words up at the end of the day, because I'm proud of her for standing.
They try to do that?
Man, whatever to them. At the end of the day, we want to make sure there's clarity to what she said and the understanding, and be able to hear the force behind what she is saying, so it don't get tangled and twisted. It ain't for everybody. Do your thing. But for women out there who truly desire that, and men who want to step up to the call, we just want to take time out, make sure we bring clarity to our demonstration, and hope that it's fruit for you in your lives. And watch how God bless. Straight like that.
Mine.
Salute.
But yes, I totally agree with what they're saying, but it also, you know, for one, I say this often, but a woman can't leave if her husband is not doing right. A woman can't can't be submissive, excuse me. A woman can't be submissive if her husband not doing right. A woman can't be submissive if he's not being led by the Holy Ghost and led by God the Father. If that's the case, that whole dynamic is tore up. Vice versa. Because the Bible also states, and I think in that verse 21 it says, you know, of course, woman, wives submit to your husband, but also said, excuse me, y'all, still dealing with this blame headache. Submit yourself one to the other. Submit yourself one to another. Submit yourself one to another. That means whoever reading is, submit yourself to your own husband. Submit yourself to your own wife. One to another. Wives, submit yourself to the husband. And then have some more instructions for the wives and instructions for the husband. We all got to do what's right. But the family cannot function properly if the head is not on correctly, and you know, whatever. A wife isn't lower than her husband because he's the head of the house and God is the head of them. It is not. It works it works together. It all works together. I don't believe in 50-50. I believe in 100-100 because it's not fair to my wife and children if I give them half of me. I'm not giving them all of me. So I have to give them all of me. I have to. Submit yourself to your own spouse. Also, another thing, people got it twisted to where men have to be the one in the house paying the bill. Of course, absolutely. Men have to be the number one head of that. They have to be. But if he is doing all this, that, and the third, and you are my help meet, what is you here for? If I'm doing all of this, I mean, you're supposed to help me out. I'm not saying help me out so I can have some money on my own. No, help me out. Help me while I'm helping you. Help me while I'm helping you. Of course, back in the day, your grandfather, whoever, provided for the family because the dynamics it was different back then. But now everything is high. We all have to get up off our tail and get ready. Only way that will work if the man is able enough to pay all of it and still not be struggling. Still not. But hey, it is what it is. You guys, I'm about to leave out of here. Know that I love you for real, and always remember to live every day, laugh every moment, and love yourself and other people beyond words. For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at thercshow.com. I'll see y'all on Tuesday of next week. I can't take this anymore. I'm gone. The 2 days that I'm on air, or each time you listen to me on your favorite podcast platform, please know that I love doing it just as much as you love listening. July 2019, the broadcast turned 4. And in January 2020, the brand will be 10. I never would have thought that I'd be here doing what I love to do for the people I love. You, my co-host, my day one family. I just give God all the glory and the honor for you all and for the RH3 Show.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6p to 7p Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit therh3show.com.
Here is another Be Positive message for today. This message is for my brothers. Fellas, lead by example. If you want your family to follow the leader, if you want your family to do what's right in the community, if you want your family to do what's right amongst each other, if you want your sons and your daughters to do what's right amongst their friends, their girlfriends, boyfriends, whoever they are trying to see, fellas, lead by example. For your sons, if you want them to treat women right, lead by example. Treat your wife right. Treat your girlfriend right. Lead by example. If you want your children to do what's right in church, lead by example. If you want your daughters to find men who protect them and cherish them, lead by example. Protect and cherish their mother. Protect and cherish them. If you want your children to do what's right in the community, lead by example. Go and coach little league teams. Go and coach youth softball teams. Do whatever you can do, fathers. Do whatever you can do, men. Lead by example. Do what's right in the church. Do what's right in the home. Do what's right in the community. And I bet you your family will follow the leader.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p to 7 p Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit the rh3show.com.
This portion of the RH3 Show is a best of highlighted moment.
I'm not a Messi, and I'm not a queen. I'm just the type of person, I'm not going to let you get over on the things.
Whatever, Andrew, come on. Y'all, I'm sorry, I had to watch a preview of, not a preview, but a pre-recorded IG Live of Andrew Caldwell. And so this dude is... He's, quote, been delivered, quote, been delivered, quote. So let me finish eating on air because, y'all, this salad is good, but I don't know. I mean, with me and salads, it's kind of, sometimes my body take it well, sometimes it just get queasy or whatever. And so, hey, it is what it is. Okay, anyway, we're back. In case you didn't know this for the past minute, it is the RH3 Show. If you're just now joining me, we are in another, we're stretching this segment. We're just stretching it, y'all, stretching it. Y'all, before the health minute, I was talking about my crush, y'all. I really do like this chick, y'all. She's bad. But, you know, y'all hit me up. I mean, how, look, I need y'all advice. I give y'all ask for my advice, and I need y'all advice. So if you will, you can inbox me on the RH3 Show on Facebook or Instagram. But how can you prevent or stop one a female, of course? Ladies, you know, how can us men get out of that bruh phase for you? Look. I just be wanting to say, come on, sis. Come on. I don't call her sis. I call her by her name, but I'm like, come on. You know, I'm like, every time I talk, oh, thank you, bro. And look, I know we brothers and sisters in Christ, but still, I'm trying to holler. And that is kind of a turn off. Fellas, you get what I'm saying? Anyway, let's move on because we got a jam-packed show and I am wasting time here. I'm wasting time. And so, y'all, hashtag Ask Red on IG. When I do those in my Insta stories or whatever, respond because, you know, hey, I want some interaction with you all. And so please, that's new of the new season is the Ask Red on IG. And so, you know, you submit an anonymous question and I answer it or whatever. Alright? And y'all, speaking of friendships or whatever, We wasn't talking about it, but I need to inject it. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Folks you can depend on. Let's be friends. Y'all, when I tell you, or if you do not know, a friend, if a person makes me feel good about myself. Hold on a second. What is y'all doing? Anyway, if a person makes me feel good about myself because of what they said, or let me rephrase that. What you say to me, how did I read that this morning? What you say, or how your words and how you make somebody feel determine the type of person that you are. If you say something and make somebody feel really good, that makes you a good person. That makes you a good person. And so, y'all, and I thank God for real good friends. And so, in probably about a week or so, I'm going to, pay homage to some great, I don't know why I said some, because I really don't have none, really good, close, tight, that I could just say, really good friends, good friends, that's really there for me. There. And so, they really have my back, and this, that, and the third. And, some of them have my back because of familiarity, or some of them have my back because of, not only familiarity, but some of them have my back because of common interest. And, because I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Of course, that's supposed to, be amongst of us all. But sometimes you sometimes there can be a point in our lives to where I can surprisingly scratch your back and you not even ask for it. I can surprisingly, do something for you and you not even ask for it. That is called pouring back into friends. That is pouring back into friends. And I will say this, even if I don't do that show, or if I should somehow, air quotes, forget, I will say this without even saying any names. I have two that really unashamedly out in public, in open, amongst crowds, friends, amongst people, do not mind saying kind things to your boy. It never fails. And those who know me in real life and who are listening to me, my finger is up in the air in front of my face saying, pointing to this mic. It's not who you think. Well, one of them is, but the other one, not who you think. Because the reason why I say that is because I mean, of course I have some really good friends, and yeah, they do good stuff for me. But these two here, y'all, no matter the type of person I am, no matter what I do for people, no matter the type, what I say, do, how much I'm there. If you don't have, and that's just like a regular dating relationship. If she he or she is not pouring back into you, what is the reason for that relationship? What is it? I mean, come on, let me know. Whatever, if it doesn't matter, best friends, homies, courting, dating, boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife. Even with husband and wife, when they not pouring back into you, y'all gonna have to, get some counseling because, sooner or later it might be doomed for, whatever. You have to pour back into a relationship that you're in. Godly relationship between you and God. You have to be there. You have to pour back into each other. God is always doing that for us. We have to love on him as well. If we have a friend, whether if it's a homeboy or ladies, if it's one of your girlfriends or, sisters or whatever you call her, and fellas, if it's one of your homies, if it's a female friend, if they are pouring into you, pour back into them. Pour back into them. Pour back into them. And I'm the type of person that I may say I whatever. And even we have to learn our friends' love language, right? We have to learn our friends' love language because that love language goes, it reaches to every area of our lives, whether if it's, a friendship, and y'all know I get to rambling and talking and, whatever, and hey, I hope I can get the real talk with real discussion in, and hopefully this just may be it. But, yeah, I'm gonna squeeze it in. But, it reaches, and so whatever my love language is, my girlfriend has to know it, my homie has to know it, or whatever, because, one friend of mine, may not like me to tell homie, I appreciate you, this, that, and the third, you my dog, and I thank you, whatever. He may not like that, but he may like, spend quality time. Oh, let's go out here and play ball, or let's do this, or let's do that, or, this, that, and the third, let's just hang out. That might be his, the way to hang out with you. I mean, come on. We have to know when to pour back into our friends. We have to. And whenever I say a friend of mine did that this I think it was the past weekend, what I needed and on time. Why? Is because some underhanded stuff happened, but you know what? It happens so frequently. It just really did not. It does not faze me anymore. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't even know. I believed it the last time, but I thought that it wasn't going to happen again. And sure enough, it is. And so, hey, we have to know and learn and understand that whenever somebody show you who they are, believe them. Whenever they show you who they are, believe them. Alright? Whenever they show you who you are, who they are, believe them. Whenever they show you who they are, believe them. Because look, if me and you have something, planned or whatever, and I see something the same thing, and then I'm like, you know what, hey, me and such and such, you want to go hang out with us on Friday? Nah, because I had something planned with such and such, and I can't even do that. I can't leave him behind like that. And if I say, oh, okay, whatever, this, that, and the third, and then a couple hours later, hey, Johnny, for instance, hey, Johnny, man, on Friday I'm going to hang out with such. Well, didn't you just tell me the other day that, next time you get a free time, you're going to come hang out with me and this, that, and the third, or next time, we get the opportunity to go here, you was going to, we was going to whatever. Why you didn't tell, such and such that was going to take place, and no, you didn't want to, chill with them? You took the first thing smoking and just left me behind. I can't do that. I can't, y'all. I can't. I still love each and every one of my homies with everything in me, but my mindset and my thought pattern with each and every friendship is gonna have to change. And I'm talking to myself, y'all, because hey, and whoever listening to this, if you listening to it and you feel like it's for you, wear it, alright? Wear it, because hey, it's time out for letting depending on folks. And I say this often, you got to stop depending on people and start depending on yourself. You got to stop depending on people to do stuff for you. Stop it, y'all. It is very hard for me to say that. Why? I'm glad you asked why. Because I don't drive, and hey, I don't drive, and whenever I do want to go someplace, I can't go nowhere. But I can't go nowhere far distance because I don't drive, and I'm gonna have to catch. Okay. Look, I have to, throw it in, and I hate to keep telling this to people, but if I have to constantly tell you, look, hey, if we friends or whatever, and if I have to keep telling you, hey, just let me know when you go on such and such, because I don't drive, I don't have the opportunity to go this, that, and the third, unless it's around the city and public transportation or whatever. Just let me know. If I have to continue to do that, then hey, you don't know me like you think you know me. This may be a cry and a pour out, but y'all, when are we going to find somebody that's really genuine for us? When? And it really, and I hate that I'm getting, look, if y'all new to this show, y'all know I show all types of emotions, happiness, angriness, sadness, crying, or whatever. But, hey, when? Because, hey, I look, it's time out for beating a dead horse and whatever, because it is what it is, people. It is what it is. If folks gonna do it, they're gonna do it. If they not, whatever. But when you have at least one or two people to celebrate you in front of whatever. Hey, it is what it is. I miss them folks. I miss them. And I miss, being around, folks that really care and pour back into you. Come on. Okay, let me stop. Let me toughen up, man up. Hey family, it is the closing of today's broadcast. I am sorry that I had to leave early, whatever it was. I had to do what I had to do. But for more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at thertwrshow.com. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, whatever. But until then, check me out on my website, thertwrshow.com. And as I say at the end of each broadcast, end of each video, whatever I do, know that I love you for real. And always remember to live every day, laugh every moment, and to love yourself and other people beyond words. I'll see you soon. Peace.
Call party people. See you later. 'Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.